Robert, where you been?
Shit, man, I've been taking care of these motherfuckers.
Oh, damn.
Y'all was coming in, and now you're backing out. It's hard to talk big with a shotgun in your mouth. I'm glad you brought your friends, they can watch it go down. I got mine too, so welcome to my house. Cause these are my people, and this is my land. This is what we pray for, and this is God's plan. And if you ain't from here, then you won't understand. This is my country, and this is who I am. So welcome to my house. So welcome to my house. Stand up for mine. You better believe it, cause today won't be your day. I can guarantee it, you should turn and walk away and get to leaving, or I'll let this 12 gauge do all my speaking. Don't push me on the edge, boy. Cause I'm aiming for your head, boy. And all I see is red, boy. I told you not to cross that line. I'm giving you a chance, boy. You see the devil in a glance, boy. So I can knock you out your pants, boy. I told you not to fuck with mine. Lord have mercy. Lord have mercy. Y'all was coming in, and now you're backing out. It's hard to talk big with a shotgun in your mouth. I'm glad you brought your friends, they can watch it go down. I got mine too, so welcome to my house. Cause these are my people, and this is my land. This is what we pray for, and this is God's plan. And if you ain't from here, then you won't understand. This is my country, and this is who I am. So welcome to my
Well, good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to UltimateDirtTV. Tonight on the program, another round of the Apex Auto Glass and Tinting 410 Winged Sprint Car Series. Tonight, we come to the virtual Kokomo Speedway. 41 drivers. 41 drivers have signed in to the virtual pit area, all trying to take out that elusive quick time award and also pick up a checkered flag here in, I want to say, round number 5 of the season. Unfortunately for tonight and this season, will be the last time you'll see the Apex Auto Glass and 410, well, the Apex Auto Glass and Tinting 410 Wing Sprint Cars here on Ultimate Dirt TV. We had Matt Bailey doing the production and the commentary over the past couple of weeks. However, he's gone to, well, he's found himself a job. So, that's left us over the next 4 weeks. 3 of those weeks I'm going to be out of town, as I've got my own commentating to do at a real racetrack, and the team they've outsourced elsewhere, which is fine, and hopefully we'll revisit the situation come season number 5. Qualifying done and dusted. Let's take a look at your quick time award. It's going to be Hayden Cardwell for Slick Sim Sports with a 9.920. Alex Bergeron second, quick Tim Smith, Tyler Shell, Greg LeMay Jr. Round out your top 5. Clayton Tilley, Rylan Gray, Logan Rumsey, Dylan Yeager, and Blake Majulis. You take a look at those. Take a look at those drivers. World Championship caliber drivers, and the World Championship drivers at that. 5 heats on the program. Heat race number 1. Let's take a look at how they line up. Hayden Cardwell, the Slick Sim Sports number 9 machine, or the 07 I should say, from position number 1. Clayton Tilley for Momentum Sim Sports in the 51, position number 2. Justin Sherman, the 000 for SSR Elite, will start out of position number 3. Aiden Beerline in the 13 machine will start position number 4. Position number 5, SSR, it's Kenny Hoffman. JD Brown for Slick Sim Sports in the 14 will start position number 6. For Black Diamond Motorsports, it's the 23 of Alex Szynski, position number 7. Chase Wolf will start 8th, and Sean Brown will line up out of position number 9. In fact, Sean Brown did not make the call for heat number 1. And we are ready. This time by the drivers get the 1 to green signal. Round number 5 here at the Kokomo Speedway, the virtual Kokomo Speedway. It's a nice little tight ball ring, and you can see lap times in qualifying already. Sub 10 second bracket. They'll start to slow up as the night goes out as we get set. Heat number 1, Hayden Cardwell, Clayton Tilley. We are racing here at Kokomo, and Cardwell slides up in front of Tilley. Tilley tries to work it back down into turn number 3 and 4. Tucks in behind the 07. Then you go back to Aiden Beerline in that 3rd position, followed by JD Brown, Alex Szynski. Those drivers going to round out your top 5. Watching Beerline trying to run down Clayton Tilley as Clayton Tilley tries to run down your race leader. 10 laps the distance, top 2 going straight through to the main event. Everybody else will be seated into one of 2, or maybe, in fact, one of 3, maybe 4 last chance qualifiers, and it's only going to get tougher. Tilley into the wall. Beerline now coming after Clayton Tilley. Beerline with a slide job attempt, but not going to happen. So Clayton Tilley still holds on to position number 2. Meanwhile, JD Brown from position number 6. He's up to 4 right now. He was in 3rd. Into the wall. Now there goes Alex Szynski. Szynski started 7th. He's up to 4th. Plus 3 in the opening 5 laps of heat race number 1. Meanwhile, Hayden Cardwell still your race leader, out by 6/10 of a second over Clayton Tilley in 2nd position. The SpeedShop51.com entry for Momentum Sim Sports. Then you go back to Aiden Beerline in that 13B machine. Alex Szynski still in position number 4. Justin Sherman, Kenny Hoffman, JD Brown, Chase Wolf already back in the pit area. Szynski into the wall, and something these drivers are having a little trouble with right now. I think JD Brown just going a lap down as we come to the white flag. 1 lap left to run for your race leader. Hayden Cardwell has already got it into turn number 3 and a 4, and the checkered flag will fly. Hayden Cardwell wins heat number 1. Second will go to Aiden Beerline. Clayton Tilley having some big dramas there in the 51 machine. We'll wait for your official results to come up on screen here in just a few moments' time. But Hayden Cardwell going quick time and taking out heat race number 1 honours We'll make those results official as they pop up onto your screen. Hayden Carwell, Aiden Beerline going straight through to the main event. Alex Szynski, Justin Sherman, Kenny Hoffman round out your top 5. They're going to be going to the B main along with Clayton Tilley, JD Brown, Chase Wolf, and Sean Brown. Your 9 drivers for heat number 1, although 8 only took to the racetrack. Heat number 2, let's take a look at your starting grid. And on the pole will be the 12 machine of Alex Bergeron to the outside, Rylan Gray, position number 2. Position number 3, Kenny Miller. Position number 4, Austin Simmelman. Position number 5 for Black Diamond Motorsports, that's the Little Hurricane. In the 1X, it's Mason Hannigan. He's outside Jordan Maherta, position number 6. Blaine Brink will start position number 7, and Randy Shrees in the 56 will start out of position number 8. I forgot to do this, so I wanted to keep an eye on it throughout the night. So we've got 4 at the moment, and we had Cardwell, Tilley, Beerline. I want to say JD Brown was there as well. So that's 4. We might have had 4 in 4. Yeah, we'll go with 4 in Heat 1, 4 in Heat 2. So we had a total of 8 World Championship drivers as they contest their second round of the season this week. And I believe it's at this racetrack as well. Here we go. Heat number 2 is upon us. Bergeron leading through turn number 1 and 2. Rylan Gray sitting in second position. Simmelman third. Hannigan back there in position number 4. Lap number 1 is in the books, and you're watching Gray in the 06 machine. Holding off a challenge from Simmelman. Simmelman just falling back. Meanwhile, Blaine Brink, Mason Hannigan, they're going to get tangled together on the front straightaway. There goes Kenny Miller on through. Jordan Maherta trying to get through that one as well. So right now, it is Alex Bergeron, your race leader. 1 car down to the bottom side. That's Mason Hannigan in the 1X machine, just trying to roll around, stay on the racetrack and try and, hopefully, for his sake, if the other drivers were to get involved in an incident to where he could pick up a position or 2. But right now, he's back there in 8th position. Bergeron to the top, trying to get by the LGR Motorsport number 56 machine of Randy Shrees in this racetrack. It's going to be elbows up all night long here tonight. How and when will the bottom side come back into effect as Shrees just sticks to his line up into 1 and 2. Bergeron just having a tough time getting by the 56. Now he'll move it to the outside. Now here comes Rylan Gray. 2 laps left to run. Can Rylan Gray do anything here with Bergeron? We come to the white flag this time by. White flag is out. 1 to go for your race leader. Into the final 2 left-hand turns. Checkered flag will fly. Bergeron will get the win. Gray will come home second. Simmelman third. Brink going to be scored in 4th position. Jordan Maherta back there in 5th. Miller, Shrees, and Hannigan. They will be going to last chance qualifying racing later on. We've still got to get through another 3 heat races before we take a look. And I'm going to say our 3 last chance qualifiers as heat number 2 results popping up on your screen. Bergeron, Gray going 1 and 2. Simmelman 3. Brink 4. Maherta 5. Miller 6. Shreve 7th. And Hannigan in 8th. Heat number 3. Your UltimateDirtTV starting grid in the 50 machine will be Tim Smith from position number 1. Position number 2 for Slick Sim Sports, it's Logan Rumsey. Position number 3, driving the 43, it's Joe Howe. To the outside, the 22 of Austin Drucke. Out of position number 5, driving car number 4 for Momentum Sim Sports, it's Ross Kaiser. To his outside, the 10 for LGR Motorsports, it's Coulter West. Your 4th and final row inside position number 7, the 10 of Liam Garrison. To the outside, in car number 25, position number 8, it's Tyler Ducharme. So another 3. So that puts us at, again, I'm going to say 11 at this stage. So who will get the job done? What a front row for the main event. It's going to be Hayden Carwell v Alex Bergeron. who will start inside. The second row of tonight's main event. Will it be Smith? Will it be Rumsey? Will it be the likes of Druki, Howe, West, Ducharme, Kaiser, or Garrison? We're about to find out. Heat number 3, 10 laps on the board. We are racing with Logan Rumsey getting a good start there on the outside. West in the 10 machine, running back there in one car upside down. It's going to be Liam Garrison in the 10. We're going to stay green. Meanwhile, Rumsey, your race leader, at the end of the second lap. 8 to go. Smith, Druki, there's some contact there between Ducharme and West. Garrison out of the event. There's Coulter West on screen. He's got Kaiser behind him along with Joe Howe. We continue to tick the laps away here at the Lima Motorsports Park. And now we're watching Tim Smith in that second and final transfer position. Meanwhile, Logan Rumsey is out to almost a 1 second advantage right now. He's got that Slick SimSport number 41 machine dialed up right now, going down to the bottom into turn number 1 and 2. Again to the bottom into 3 and 4. Last lap time by. We'll see how quick he was. 10.533. Closest to him was Tim Smith with a 10.678. So that's nearly a tenth and a half a second. Tenth and a half. What's it this time? Now Smith. Wow. Smith is rolling on the top side right now. Here he comes with just 2 to go. Smith through the middle. Closing it on Rumsey. It's down to 4/10 of a second. You go back 3 or 4 laps ago, it was almost to a 1 second lead. And right now, Logan Rumsey, you've got company here in the final couple of laps. Make that final lap of this heat race. Down into turn number 3 and 4 for the final time. Rumsey going to do enough to hold on. He'll cut it up to the top side. Smith worked back to the inside, but the checkers are out. And heat number 3 is complete. We'll wait for the drivers to come across the start-finish line. What a battle it was between Rumsey and Smith there right at the end. And if only we had another 2 or 3 laps, the outcome may have been different. But heat number 3 results coming up on your screen. Logan Rumsey officially a winner over Tim Smith, who gets the second position. Smith will start 8 in tonight's main event. Druki, Kaiser, Howe, West, Ducharme, and Garrison all finding themselves in to B main action. Heat number 4, your penultimate heat race of the night. And for Elbows Up Sim Sports, it is the 85 of Tyler Shell from position number 1. Dylan Yeager for Team Victory Lane Racing, the 48 will start position number 2. Evan C for Team Victory Lane Racing, the 33 will start position number 3. James Edens in the 52 or the 1, depending on what he's got. It's been a while since I've seen Mr. James Edens on the racetrack. He'll start position number 4. Ernie Williams Jr. for Black Diamond Motorsports, the 91 will start position number 5. And Alex Studinger lines up at a position number 7. Position 6, followed by position number 7. It's Damien Powell. Then we go back to Landon Cardoza. We'll start out of position number 8. Let's get that fixed up. Landon Cardoza is not on that team anymore. Now I've got his correct team. There we go. Six. So that's, I can count 17 at this stage. There we go, we're set for a start. Yeah, absolutely, Anne-Marie. It's awesome to see a lot of the pro drivers coming out and supporting these leagues and getting practice in preparation for the World Championships. Green flag is out, and what a stacked heat race this is between Shell, Yeager, C, Edens, Cardoza, Williams, Studinger, and Paul. Lap number 1 belongs to Tyler Shell. C to the inside, down to the bottom, along with Dylan Yeager. Evan C going to take the race lead, but for how long for? Here comes Shell back to the outside. The race off turn number 4. Shell still hunted at the start-finish line. C working back to the inside. Shell once again going to the cushion into turn number 3 and right through the middle, side by side. And that lap number 3 will belong to Evan C. And if I'm Tyler Shaw, I'm going to be a little bit worried right now because Dylan Yeager, who is also very handy at running the bottom side, he's just following his teammate right now. 2 cars on the top, 2 cars on the bottom. What a heat race this is. Heat number 4 of 5. And speaking of 5, that's 5 down, 5 very quick laps, 5 short laps remaining. Shell nearly gets into the back of Evans as he went down to the bottom into turn number 1 and 2. Yeager in third, followed by Eden. Studinger running at your top 5. Cardoza, Williams, and Paul. Here's your battle for the transfer position. Dylan Yeager moves into position number 2. Oh, Shell just gets up over the left rear. That forces Yeager up the racetrack in the middle of turn number 3 and 4. Now Shell back to the cushion into 1. Back to the bottom goes Dylan Yeager out of turn number 2. And Tyler Shell, he is really trying to rip the concrete off this wall. But at the moment, the only luck that he's having in his luck is going backwards. White flag is out. Final lap here in heat race competition. There is a CFM Esports, Majula C Speed Shop, Team Victory Lane Racing, number 33 machine. Checkers around. Evans C wins. Dylan Yeager home in second. Team VLR go 1 and 2. That'll be Tyler Shell, James Edens, Alex Studinger around out your top 5. Landon Cardoza, Ernie Williams Jr. and Damien Powell. Your fourth heat race of the night. Your results coming up on screen right now. And there they are. C. Yeager go 1 and 2. Shell, Eden, Studinger around at your top 5. Cardoza, Williams and Powell. Your top 8. Your final heat race of the evening. And let's take a look at how they line up for Always Up Sim Sports. It's Greg LeMay Jr. from position number 1. Position number 2 will be the 127 Industries 127 entry of Blake Majulis. Adam Elby lines up the 74 machine from position number 3. Gunnar Harris will start the 54 from position number 4. John Helms out of position number 5. And Tyler Lapointe the 23 from position number 6. Chad Sinner will start position number 7. David Harleman out of position number 8. I've got 3, so I counted at a rough estimate 20 World Championship drivers in attendance for the Apex Auto Glass and Tinting 410 Wings Sprint Car Series, the final heat race of the night. John Helms did not make the grid. And we'll have our B mains up next, which will be 12 laps the distance. And I dare say we might be taking the top 4 from the B mains. We'll have to wait and see and get confirmation. But all the chit chat is about to stop. LeMay and Majulis on the front row. Elby and Harris in row 2. Sinner, Lapointe, row 3. And Heileman at the back of the bus, all by himself. 10 laps. Top 2 to the main event. Positions 5 and 10 up for grabs. We are racing down into turn number 1 and 2. Majulis to the inside on LeMay. Majulis looking for the race lead out of turn number 4. He's got onto the start-finish line. Here comes Gunnar Harris trying to eat the piece of the concrete wall in the middle of turn number 1 and 2. But LeMay back to the middle he goes. Through turns 3 and 4 now, getting a run on the outside of the 127 of Blake Majulis. Lapointe meanwhile has moved up to position number 4. Harleman up to position 5. Elby back to 6. And Chad Sinner in position number 7. Again, you're watching the 99 of Greg LeMay Jr. Gunnar Harris again. You see the top 3, they're all running different lines. You see Majulis on the bottom, LeMay through the middle, and then Gunnar Harris work on the top side of the racetrack. Where's Harleman go? Well, he's gone to the cushion. Gunnar Harris, that must have been a little bit of a scary moment for him, but Crossfire sticks around 5 down, 5 to 9 in your 5th and final heat race of the evening. You want to see what it's like to get around Kokomo Speedway? Let's take a look on board with your race leader, Blake Majulis. There you can see how close Greg LeMay is coming up to the back of Blake Majulis. You just listen to the throttle control, how much he's off the throttle. But I'm going to say, here comes LeMay. He's getting a run now down into turn number 1 and 2. Just a lap and a bit to go. Can he make something happen here as he comes off turn number 4? He's going to pull alongside him down into turn number 1 and 2. The white flag is out. Final lap of heat race number 5. And the 5th and final heat of the night, Majulis. LeMay to the outside. LeMay wins heat number 5. What a drive by Greg LeMay. He did not give up on the outside of the middle of the racetrack. And boy, oh boy, did he make that stick. A hell of a drive by Greg LeMay Jr. in the 99 machine. Heat number 5 results coming up on your screen. Holy dooly. We've got 4 last chance qualifiers. LeMay, Majulis go 1 and 2. Harleman 3, LB 4, LaPointe 5, Sinner 6, Harris in 7th. Everybody else 5 through to position, 3 through to position number 8. They will find themselves going to last chance qualifiers. 12 laps is the distance, and the top 2 is what is going through to your main event. Alex Szynski driving the Black Diamond Motorsports. Car number 23 will start position number 1. To the outside for Slick Sim Sports, driving car number 49. Position number 2, David Heilemann. Position number 3 for Swindell Speed Lab. It's James Edens. To the outside in the 43. Position number 4, Joe Howe. Position number 5 for Phantom Motorsports. It's Kenny Miller. To his outside, the Slick Sim Sport number 14 entry. Position number 6, J.D. Brown. And your 4th and final row in car number 54 on the SpeedShop51.com entry. Position number 7, it's Gunnar Harrison. To the outside, the 52 of Damien Powell, lining up out of position number 8. Well, hello, Alex. So 20 World Championship drivers. How many did we have in this B main? We'll see if Brown and Edens can make it into the show. But don't forget David Heilemann. He is the only USAC non-wing iRacing World Champion. He finds himself in this one. He's been a multiple pro driver throughout the course of his iRacing illustrious career. Pace truck is in. This time by as they get the 1 to green signal. And James Edens in the 52 alongside David Heilemann. Green getting set to fly. Edens and Heilemann. We are racing B main number 1 of 4. Heilemann, after just running heat race number 5, he knows how he likes his car set up. And I tell you what, he's wasted very little time in getting to the front. Here comes Miller to the inside on James Edens down into turn number 3 and 4. This is your battle for the transfer position. James Edens holds on to it at the moment. 2 down, 10 to run. Edens drifts up to the cushion out of turn number 2. Now running that middle line, which proved to be very fast towards the back end of the past couple of heat races right now. Heilemann still your race leader. Edens in second. Miller, Harris. Here they come through turn number 3 and 4. Harris around the outside on Kenny Miller and Gunnar Harris. He is working the top, looking to make it into the main event. Your 40-lap main event after 4 B mains and a 5-minute warm-up session where the track is going to get reset. Slide job by Harris. Edens back to the inside. Edens back to position number 2. Now Gunnar Harris is going to figure out where and how he's going to get by the 52 Swindell Speed Lab entry of James Edens. Edens, uh-oh, little contact there, and they'll make some contact. And we might just be going yellow, but we're staying green for the moment. 7 down, 5 to run. Meanwhile, J.D. Brown up to position number 2. Have a look at the top 3 in this one. Heilemann, Brown, and Edens, all World Championship drivers. Heilemann, like I said, the only iRacing USAC non-wing world champion on the iRacing.com service. Edens and Brown, they were wheel to wheel with 3 to run. Who will get it? Heilemann is out by near 2 seconds. And we've got 2 laps left to run. James Edens moves to position number 2. Brown, you see the front wheels picking up and dancing through turn number 1 and 2. White flag is out. One final time right now for your race leader. David Harlan, the Slick Sim Sports GameStop number 49 machine. Checking flag is out. David Harleman is going to check up and he is going to win. In fact, it's going to be scoring James Edens here with the victory. Let's take a look at your official results. Edens gets it from David Harleman, Kenny Miller. In third, JD Brown, Alex Szynski, Joe Howe, Damian Parle, and Gunnar Harris. So only Edens and Harleman will be going through to the main event. B main number 2, Austin Simmelman, the 18, will start position number 1 to the outside. It's a 0 machine for SSR Elite. It's Justin Sherman, position number 2. Position number 3 for Swindell Speed Lab. It's a 74 machine. It's Adam Elby to the outside, the 54, Alex Studinger. Position number 5, the LGR Motorsports number 10 machine. It's Coulter West to the outside. His teammate driving the 56. It's Randy Shreves. Position number 7 and 8, it's going to be Chase Wolf and John Helms. See which drivers make the call for your second B main. We are just awaiting the arrival of 2. So it looks like no Austin Simmelman. Looks like no Chase Wolf. And that is the case. So don't forget, race fans, we're live across Facebook, YouTube, and Twitch here this evening. Hit that like and follow button, and don't forget to share out the broadcast. And feel free, let us know, who do you think's going to win the B mains? Just give us a car number you see on the ticker, who you cheering for. And more importantly, we'll ask you that same question come main event time, where it will be 40 laps in distance. Again, after the 4th B main, we will have a track reset. There'll be 5 minutes of practice for these drivers. In that meantime, we'll obviously pay a couple of bills, play some commercials. We'll play the 2 commercials. We'll come back, listen to a bit of music, and then we will go into your 40 lap main event. Here we go. Adam Elby leads us down into turn number 1 and 2 for the first of 12 laps in B main number 2. Studinger now working the cushion through turn number 1 and 2. Into the wall goes Coulter West. Now he's got Shreves, and they're going to tangle up together on the back straightaway. Sherman running in second position, but meanwhile it's Adam Elby, your race leader. And again, you still see a top and a bottom groove developing here at the Kokomo Speedway, coming up on lap traffic right now. Whoa, there goes one car. That's John Helms. Going the wrong way, it looks like. You can't be going that way. Sherman looking to get a run right now. Just 4 cars left on the racetrack, and 2 of them battling it out for the transfer positions. And right now, Sherman got into the back of Elby in the midway point of the back straightaway. Thankfully, it was no harm, no foul, as those 2 drivers, they are well clear of Alex Studinger in 3rd position in the 54. Then Randy Shreves sitting down and back there in 4th position again. We are halfway home in the final heat race. In fact, we're already past the final heat race. We're in the 2nd of 4 B mains. So still a lot of racing to come. We've still got 24 laps of B main and last chance qualifiers to come. Sherman to the outside now. Sherman, your race leader. Elby once again back down to the bottom into turn number 1 and 2. But Justin Sherman just puts the 0 up on the cushion, and he is just letting her eat right now, and he's just singing tub, 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 baby. And now Adam Elby, he's bitten the bullet. He's had to go up to the top of the racetrack. 2 laps left to run. Popsicle sticks are out for your race leader. Justin Sherman in the 0 machine. Adam Elby, Alex Studinger, and Randy Shreves. White flag coming out. But Justin Sherman in that 0Z machine. Into turn number 3 and 4. The checkers are out for Justin Sherman, your B main number 2 winner. Adam Elby comes home second. Alex Tinting a third. Then we go back to Randy Shreves. And those were your 4 cars to finish up B main number 2. We've still got 2 more B mains on the program. Justin Sherman, Adam Elby, confirmed drivers going to your main event. And now we get set for B main number 3. We'll take a look at your starting position. Austin Drucke lines up the 22 machine from position number 1. Blaine Brink will start position number 2. Kenny Hoffman will line up at position number 3. Tyler Lapointe, position number 4. Landon Cardoza, position number 5. And Tyler Duchamp, position number 6. Mason Hannigan, position number 7. And Sean Brown, position number 8. 3 World Championship licensed drivers in this B main. And that just makes it tough because, as we said, folks, only your top 2 are going through to the A main. Don't forget, big thank you to, of course, Apex Auto Glass and Tinting, B&B Dirt Racing Simulators, along with all the other wonderful people behind the scenes that make all this possible. You see Fusion Graphics on screen. And I believe there was Marzaloff, I think it's called. Let me just wait for that graphic to come up on the top right-hand corner of the screen. Marzol Fink, here we go. B-main number 3. The penultimate B-main of the evening. Keep an eye on Cardoza. Here he comes. Look at Tyler Lapointe, who went right through the middle of the racetrack. Lapointe in the 23L to position number 2. Cardoza, Mr. Bubblegum, running back there in the 114, position number 3. Make it 4. As the one machine of Hoffman gets around him, but boy, oh boy, Tyler Lapointe, wouldn't he love to put that 23 Team Outlaw Motorsports entry into the big dance here at Kokomo. Hoffman to the outside, now puts Lapointe back to position number 3. Cardoza trying to rip the lip down into turn number 3 and 4. One car into the wall, it's Hoffman. Some mechanical issues for Tyler Lapointe, but those cars got themselves sorted. Here comes Hannigan and Cardoza. Nose to tail down into turn number 3. Hannigan's going to get 1, 2, and 3 in the space of a lap because Mason Hannigan up to position number 3. There goes Hoffman back to the outside on Hannigan, and Hannigan gets relegated back to 4th. Now the double slide job down into turn number 1 and 2. Hoffman gets into the back of him now. Mason Hannigan, the little hurricane, back to the bottom in 3 and 4. Meanwhile, Brink and Cardoza, they continue to go side by side, but it is all Austin Drucke out by near 3 seconds. 2/3 of your race distance is complete. This is B-main number 3. One final B-main to come after this one. And right now, Austin Drucke, he is checked out. He said, see you later, suckers. I'm going to the big dance. And there's only 2 laps left to run for Tyler Lapointe to hold on to the final transfer position. But can the little hurricane, can he whip up a storm right now? Yeah, he can make a pass for position number 2. But Lapointe gets back by him now, down into turn number 3 and 4. The white flag is out. Hannigan and Lapointe nose to tail down into turn number 1 and 2. But checkers are out for your race leader and your race winner. Hannigan with a move on Lapointe. Lapointe back to the inside. Oh boy, look, Tyler Lapointe. Mason Hannigan, there was nothing in it between the two. How do you do? How do you like that one? Austin Drucke wins from Tyler Lapointe, getting it by 0.04 of a second over Mason Hannigan. Hannigan misses out, along with Landon Cardoza, Kenny Hoffman, Tyler Duchamp, Blaine Brink, and Sean Brown. Your final B-main of the evening. Tyler Shell lines up the 85 for Elbows Up Sim Sports from position number 1. For Momentum Sim Sports, it's the 4 machine of Ross Kaiser, position number 2. Jordan Maherta for LGR will start position number 3. Momentum Simsport, Speed Shop 51, number 51. Clayton Tilley lining up out of position number 4. Chad Sinner lines up out of position number 5. Ernie Williams Jr. for Black Diamond Motorsports. The 91 will start 6th. And Liam Garrison will not line up out of 7th. And how about this field? 4 of them. Well, 4 of them, yeah. 4 World Championship Pro drivers in this one. Who do you take to get the top 2? We're about to find out the final 12 laps of preliminary action before our 5-minute warm-up session, and then the all-important 40-lap main event. Here we go. Green flag is out. We are underway in B main number 4. This is, sorry. No, you say you used to having 2 or 3 B mains, but to have 4 of them. Well, Tyler Shell leads the way from Ross Kaiser. Tilley going to the inside on Maherta as we work down into turn number 3 and 4. Ernie Williams Jr. going back to the cushion. Familiar. And, well, more where Ernie Williams Jr. is more comfortable. Tilley to the inside now. Here he comes, rolling the bottom, slides up to the middle of the racetrack. Now here comes Ernie Williams Jr. into the side of Clayton Tilley. They're both going to go upside down. And that's going to put 2 of the World Championship drivers out of contention, meaning Tyler Shell, Ross Kaiser. They've got it all too comfortable out in front at the moment. Maherta and Senna running back in position number 3 and 4. And again, we only had the 6 cars for B main number 4. The shortened field for these shorter racetracks. Crossflag sticks are out, 6 down and 6 to go for your race leader of Tyler Shell. Ross Kaiser still sitting in 2nd position. And you are looking at a 2.4 second difference between Tyler Shell and Ross Kaiser. Tyler Shell very, very comfortably out in front after finishing 3rd in his heat race earlier on tonight. Not able to convert a pole position to get the win or even get a transfer, which means right now is still give him an opportunity to get the car set up for tonight's latter part of the main event, because we're going to have a track reset. And in just 2 short laps, you're looking at about 25 seconds time, we are going to be having the warm-up session, 5 minutes. As Tyler Shell gets through turn number 1 and 2, honky-dory. Down into turn number 3 and 4, and Tyler Shell will win B main number 4. Ross Kaiser home in 2nd. 3rd will go to Jordan Maherta. 4th will be Chad Sinner. And of course, you go back to Ernie Williams Jr., Clayton Tilley, who both those drivers will end up and finishing back in the virtual pit area. Tyler Shell, Ross Kaiser get the job done, 1st and 2nd. Maherta, Sinner, Tilley, Williams, and Garrison. Positions 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7 will take no further part in tonight's main event. You see the drivers on the racetrack right now. The racetrack and the race crew, they have decided, and the drivers have voted to do a track reset, which means these drivers have 5 minutes to bring in a fresh racetrack for your 40-lap main event. That being said, we'll take an opportunity right now to step aside here on UltimateDirtTV. Come back in just a few moments' time. We'll pay a couple of bills and be ready for your 40-lap A main event here at the Apex Auto Glass and Tinting 410 Winged Sprint Car Series, live from the virtual Kokomo right here on UltimateDirtTV. We'll take a quick break and come back. A main up on the other side of this. And we are back here on Ultimate Dirt TV coverage. The Apex Auto Glass and Tinting 410 Winged Sprint Car Series. Brett Wheeler with you for the call as we get set to take a look at your 18 cars, your Ultimate Dirt TV starting grid. And from the back to the front, position number 18, Ross Kaiser. Position number 17, Tyler LaPointe. Position number 16, it's Adam Elby. Position number 15, David Harleman. Position 14, Tyler Shell. Position number 13, Austin Drucke. Position number 12, Justin Sherman. Position number 11, James Edens. Position number 10, Blake Majulis. Position number 9, it's Dylan Yeager. Position number 8, Tim Smith. Position number 7, it's Rylan Gray. Position number 6, Aidan Beerline. Position number 5, Greg LeMay Jr. Position number 4, Evan C. Position number 3, Logan Rumsey. Position number 2, Alex Bergeron. And pole position for tonight's main event, your 40-lap journey, Hayden Cardwell. Absolutely, Anne-Marie. What a lineup it is. I was going to say, let's count the pro drivers. Let's count the drivers who aren't pro. 4 out of the 18, meaning 14 World Championship drivers in attendance for your main event. There is no better field right now than what you see here. And I'm sure there's probably at least 4, 5, maybe 6 drivers. If you wanted to start 24 drivers, that you could have at least a 20-car World Championship field here this evening. But the time has come right now, ladies and gentlemen. 40 laps on the board. We are going, I believe, to do a 4-wide salute. Is what I'm going to get out of that one. So I believe we're just going to wait for the cars to get around the pace truck. Let's take your picks, ladies and gentlemen. Pick a number you see on the timing screen. Who do you think is going to go to victory lane? Or just type in a driver's name. Who will get the job done? Will it be Cardwell? Bergeron? Will it be Logan Rumsey? Evan C. Greg LeMay? Will it be Beal? I mean, there is so many drivers. Every one of these drivers right now are very, very capable at picking up a feature event. We go back to the World Championships last season at this very racetrack. Hayden Cardwell. And it was Hayden Cardwell and Alex Bergeron putting on an absolute clinic. It's nice to see Cardwell back after a lengthy break. But here we go, race fans. It's time to get after it. Pace truck is in. Hayden Cardwell. We're going to set to lead us around out of turn number 4. 40 laps on the board. The Apex Auto Glass and Tinting 410 Wing Sprint Car Series. We are green here at Kokomo. And no surprise to see Cardwell ripping the lip right into turn number 1 and 2. And immediately we go yellow. I'm looking at a Blake Majulis and Justin Sherman incident here. So the 127 and 0Z machine. Oh, Julis gets up into, I want to say that it was Tim Smith. It was, so Majulis just drove it in a little too deep. Again, we'll watch on board right now. We'll watch on Tim Smith. He just checked up just a little bit. And unfortunately for Smith, Majulis just drove it in too deep. And that, of course, Justin Sherman got involved in that one also. So the first yellow of the evening here at Kokomo. Yeah, absolutely, Platsy. Yeah, James Rice for the win. James Rice. The hard charger, yeah, James Rice, mate, as well. Craig Plater for president or James Rice for president. Either on that doesn't really matter. Someone's getting president. Lights are out. And I have noticed something with these drivers as well, the likes of these late model guys. I'm not going to give it away because it's not my place to say. Here we go, green flag back out once again. Here at Kokomo with Evan-C. Well, he's a handy late model driver, but hey, he's just proven that he is mixing up with the sprint car guys. And, well, the sprint car guys said, yeah, it's all fine and well. Come over to the sprint cars and see how the late model boys do. And I got to say, first week of the World Championships, they showed them how it started. Right now, they're proving exactly why the late model guys cannot be counted out right now. Evan-C working to the inside on Bergeron, down into turn number 3 and 4. Top and the bottom group already starting to develop early on here at the Kokomo Speedway. 5 down and 35 to go. Beerline back with Greg LeMay. Beerline, in fact, trying to get by Logan Rumsey. That was your battle for 4th and 5th position. You go back to Tyler Schell, David Hardeman. Have a look at these two wheelmen coming up through the field. They're at a +7. Dylan Yeager, finally, after missing the initial start, comes back out onto the racetrack. He has some sort of hardware issue. And right now, Tyler Schell in the 85 machine. He was so dominant in the opening season, picking up 11 out of the 12 races. And I don't think, so far from memory, I'd have to check last week, a week where we've not seen Tyler Schell or Alex Bergeron feature on the podium. Schell slides up in front of Aiden Beerline. Beerline works it back to the inside, down into turn number 1 and 2. They're going to go 3 wide behind him. LeMay on the outside of David Hardeman and Dylan Yeager, doing what Yeager loves to do best, and that is just roll the bottom side of the racetrack. Meanwhile, good battle still going on right now between Bergeron and Evan-C. But here comes Beerline. Back at Tyler Schell one more time. LeMay was all over the back of Beerline. 11 down, 29 to go. Yeager, once again, just trying to make that inside line work. David Hardeman, second biggest mover throughout the field, +7 at the moment. You'd think +7 in an 18-car field, that's not a bad way to go for hard charger. But it is Tyler Schell is the man of the moment right now. He's running in the 5th position after starting position number 14. Rumsey now to the outside on Evan-C. C back down to the bottom into turn number 1 and 2. We've seen these two guys, or more so, we've seen Evan-C produce a miracle run on the bottom side, no matter where you go to, whether it's late models or sprint cars, big blocks, UMPs. He's got the skill set to really mix it with the best here on the iRacing.com. Service 1 car upside down. Is that your race leader? It was. Holy cow. Hayden Cardwell. Let's take a look at your UltimateDirtTV instant replay. Just one little tap of the wall and upside down he goes. Ouch. And Hayden Cardwell, well, they caused the virtual toe. Now he goes bye-bye on this field. And he was smashing it, ladies and gentlemen. Cardwell, yeah, absolutely, Platty. Hayden Cardwell, you can't park there. 16 down, 24 to go. It's the 12 to lead us back underway. C back down to the inside with Logan Rumsey. Now look at Tyler Schell getting around on the outside of Logan Rumsey, and Tyler Schell from position number 14. Can he get to a podium? He's got the podium position at 9. We're still a couple of laps away from half race distance, 2.5 to be exact, and we are yellow for your 3rd time in tonight's main event. So Balake Majulis. Contact with Ryland Gray on the entry into turn number 3. And Druki just around the outside. In fact, it wasn't Druki. Druki's that guy there in the 22 machine, but unfortunately, Blake, you can't park there. Yeah, James Rice made as well. Yeah, but looking good right now. How about Tyler Shell? How about David Heilemann +6? Adam Elby from 16th to 11th. I mean, Kaiser's +4 as well. Technically 8 cars in this field so far have advanced forward. We go the opposite way. Hayden Cardwell from position number 1 back to the pit area. So the pace truck not quite off, not ready to exit stage left to the infield. So we'll see what happens. Now the pace truck comes in. 18 down, 22 to go. And officially, once we go back to green and go past the start-finish line, we're going to be 2 laps away from half-race distance. And Tyler Shell going to make it 3 wide down into turn number 1 and 2. Down the back straightaway. Still 3 wide for the race lead. Shell on the bottom. Evan C through the middle. Who's going to have it? I think Evan C may have had it. Bergeron back to the cushion. Evan C, look at the run he got through the middle of the racetrack. Shell not giving up on the bottom side at the moment. We work on half-race distance, 20 down and 20 to go. Can Evan C put the 33 in Brian Clausen victory lane here at the Kokomo Speedway? Shell sitting in 3rd position. Then you go back to Dylan Yeager. Have a look at James Edens around the outside. Just when you thought James Edens, I hadn't seen him in a number of months, he comes out the first time I see him, and he is absolutely putting on a clinic up on the top side of the racetrack from 11th to position number 4 at a +7, and not done with just yet. He wants Tyler Shell. Check next off the list right now into turn number 3 and 4. Shell to the middle. See on the inside. Evan C. Those tyres, they do not move, especially in a sprint car. Edens to the middle. Slides up to the cushion out of turn number 2. Edens into the wall. Shell into the back of Evan C. What a race you got for positions number 2, 3 and 4. Dylan Yeager back there in 5th position right now, just stalking and praying, watching this battle unfold. But James Edens up at a +9. Make it a +8 if he goes back to 3rd. No, +9 as we start lap number 27. Just 14 laps remaining here at the Kokomo Speedway. If anybody is going to challenge Bergeron, I think we've found the man to do it. So with the 52 for Swindell Speed Lab, James Edens, Evan C again, not giving up the fight yet on the bottom side of the racetrack. There you see Tyler Shell working the cushion. Then you go back to Dylan Yeager. Works back to the bottom. LeMay, Beerline, Gray, Rumsey and Sherman running at your top 10. Then you go back to Heilemann, Smith, Drucke, Elby and Kaiser. Your 15 out of the 18 cars still circulating around the Kokomo Speedway. And we had 10.5 to go. And we go yellow. Oh my bejesus. The UltimateDirtTV instant replay happens to be the 99 of Greg LeMay Jr. Over the cushion, and Ryland Gray gets into the side of him. Drucke coming through. Drucke somewhat nowhere to go on that exchange. Just saying. Greg LeMay Jr., you can't park there. James Rice, hard charger at the moment. James Rice leading the way. No, I'm kidding. You can see Alex Bergeron. Why are you saying James Rice? James Rice. Oh, yeah, James Rice made as well. Pace truck is in. 10 laps to go. 3/4 of the race distance complete. 30 down and 10 remaining. Here we go. We're back underway down into turn number 1 and 2 at Evan C. Doing what Evan C loves to do, and that's just roll the inside of the racetrack along with Dylan Yeager. Edens back to position number 2. Here comes Tyler Shell working the top as well. Edens puts that 52 K1 race gear Bear Archery Swindell Speed Lab back to the cushion. And trying to come after your race leader of Alex Bergeron. 3 wide for a moment. And again, they're 2 wide down the back straightaway. Heaven C's got some company on the outside right now with Tyler Shell. 3 wide between Edens, Shell, and Evan C. C going to fall back outside of a podium position, but here comes Tyler Shell. Right through the middle of the racetrack we go. 6 laps left to run for your race leader. This battle for the final place on the podium is really starting to heat up here at the Kokomo Speedway. Edens closing in on your race leader. Can he make something happen? 7/10 of a second. He was really close before into turn number 1 and 2. But with 4 circuits to go, time is going to run out for the 52 for Swindell Speed Lab entry. It's James Edens, not just that little bit of a hesitation, little bit of a bobble right now. That may just cost him. It may cost him a podium as Shell tries to put the move on him down into turn number 1 and 2. But we're working 3 and 4. 2 laps left to run. And the battle between Edens, Shell, and Evan C. still rages on for the minor placings. We come to the white flag. This time by final lap around Kokomo Speedway. What a good shot that is, Evan C. Tyler Shell working down the back straight away into turn number 3 and 4. The twin checkers around, going to Brian Clausen. Victory lane is Alex Bergeron. Second will go to James Edens. Tyler Shell home in third. Fourth will be Evan C. Dylan Yeager. Unofficially, those drivers rounding out the top 5 while we wait for confirmation for all the drivers to come across the start-finish line. Our main event is complete, and here come the results. Getting the win is Alex Bergeron. James Edens second, Tyler Shell third, Evan C. Dylan Yeager come home 4th and 5th, Logan Rumsey in 6th, Rylan Gray 7, Austin Drucke 8, Justin Sherman 9th, and David Harleman rounding out your top 10. Adam Elby home in 11th, Ross Kaiser 12th, Tim Smith 13th, Aiden Beerline 14th, Greg LeMay Jr. 15th, Blake Majula 16th, Hayden Cardwell 17th, and Tyler Lapointe in position number 18. And we have gotten through 5 10-lap heat races followed by 4 12-lap B mains. And it all comes down to one 40-lap main event. No one going to deny the number 12 machine of Alex Bergeron. And we go down to victory lane right now and chat to your winner here this evening. It's the 12 of Alex Bergeron. Alex, congratulations on the victory here tonight. I don't want to say you had that one pretty easy wrapped up in the bag, but that first part of the race, you were chasing Cardwell down, and it was only that he made the mistake, and your good fortunes turned into some good speed here tonight.
Yeah, for sure, Brad. We definitely had the speed. We started out very easy, get acclimated to the car and the track, and how the track was tonight, especially with the reset. So as soon as it started running a bit quicker and quicker, I felt like it and was feeling the pressure there, and didn't go well for him. It's really tricky to go on top of 3 and 4, so I got to give that to him. He was really pushing his car, but in the end, we had the better car, I feel like, and we ran the best we could up top and tried different lines, mid-race, right about in the middle, but it seemed like the top was the quickest way around.
And how much do you use this series and the Saturday night series in preparation for the World Championships?
Definitely quite a bit. It depends on how the track is. We have a reset right before the race, and we have 40 laps, so it's quite a bit of more laps. 5 laps is big in the World Championship, so we have a few more laps, but we have all the fastest guys in the house, so we can gauge yourself on how fast we are.
Well, mate, I think it was 14 or 15 World Championship drivers in this A-main field tonight. And you come out the best of the entire field here tonight. Congratulations, Alex. Before we let you go, of course, sponsor on this race car, people behind the scenes who gets this done for you.
Yeah, for sure. Thank you, Brett. Definitely got to thank Team EBR Esports, Jason, Rebecca. Also thanks to Brandon Schultz helping me out. Pit Logic App, CSI Shocks, BNB Dirt Racing Simulators, Stock on Joint, Simon Gents, Red Line Race Design, CD Syntography, Wraps and Stitches, ABR Step Shop, and of course, you guys for broadcasting this series, and everyone who put this series up for us to race on Thursday night.
There we go. Alex Bergeron home in first place here tonight. Home in second place, though. Well, it'll be good to catch up with this guy. He drives the Swindell Speed Lab number 52 machine. He works up from 11th to position number 2 at a +9. Not the hard charger, but it is James Edens. James, congratulations, buddy, on second place. And it's been a while since I've seen you around the traps. And Mate, what a nice way to see you back here. Second place at Kokomo. You've got to be happy about that one.
Yeah, for sure. We had didn't have a great qualifying lap and got stuck in a tough heat race and had to get through that B main there. I know Gunner's probably not too happy with me, but it's definitely wasn't intentional or anything. So just hard racing. But yeah, we had a really good car in the feature. We were able to move around and move through the field pretty well. So it's always fun to do.
And I thought with about 10 to go, you were really coming on strong, and then you found something late in that race, and those last sort of 5 laps, there was parts of that racetrack where it looked like you were quicker than Alex, but then the other parts you were losing some speed. How were you? What were you finding, and what were your thoughts on those last sort of 5 to 10 laps?
Yeah, we went through that stretch when we got into second there, and we were really good for about 5 laps, and I felt like we might have had something to catch him there, and then that caution just came out, and we kind of lost our rhythm, and then started trying some stuff to maybe get back to him, but just couldn't figure it out. It was just about being consistent and keeping it out of the wall. So he's one of the best at doing that. So.
Well, mate, congratulations on second place. No doubt there's a lot of good sponsors on this race. Got a lot of great people behind the scenes that make this possible for you to come out each night and run with the top guys.
Yeah, just gotta thank Speed Lab, K1 Race Gear, Bear Archery, and Dominator Designs.
All right, there we go. We'll move him down there because I don't feel like that he wants to talk to that person. But there we go. James Eden's home in second place. And well, home in third place tonight. And your hard charger from position number 14 to position number 3, it's Tyler Shell. Tyler, congratulations on third place. And boy, you've really had this 85 just ripping the fence down tonight.
Yeah, I wish I didn't have to start so far back. I just screwed up in the heat race. I was quick in the heat race once I realized what line I had to run. Just kind of put myself behind the 8-ball, and then had to run the B. Felt good there, and moved up pretty quick in the A, and then kind of was 4th, 5th there for a while, and was able to capitalize on a couple of restarts, and able to get Evan there at the line.
Mate, although we've seen a track reset after that final B main that you're in, how much did you take notes on how slick the track was, and knowing that you guys were going to have somewhat of a fresher racetrack at the start, but the back half of this feature event is where you want to be quick? How much did you use that B main to set this car up for the latter part of this main event?
Yeah, definitely did that, and also just lines and stuff. I feel like if you can get a setup to be good about everywhere, then you just gotta drive it the right lines and stuff, and think them B mains and stuff really helped me with the line choice and stuff come later part of the feature. I just think if I'd have found that line a little bit quicker there later in the feature, I might have got second. I don't know, probably not, but felt like I was really quick there. Just got to get better in the heat race, and I should start off.
Mate, could you have done anything different at a point in that race to where you could have been just that little bit better to maybe get that second or even a win here tonight?
Maybe not get off the bottom. I mean, get off the bottom a little quicker. Might have been allowed James from not getting in front of me, but that's probably where it probably lost me the most, because I couldn't swing out to the wall down the backstretch because he was there. But I think towards the later part of the race, it was better to kind of run in the middle of the backstretch instead of go out all the way to the wall. So maybe there, but other than that, probably not.
No, buddy. Look, well done on the third place, and well done on the hard charger here tonight. No doubt you got a bunch of sponsors on this race. Got a good looking hot rod, I might add too, and no doubt there's a lot of people behind the scenes that make this possible for you and your team.
Yep, just thank everybody that has brought that you for broadcasting it for I think was 3 or 4 seasons. Sad to see you go, but then I was up SimSport, and then Resolution Company, More Than Tires, School Sim Racing, Roofco, Catch Rents Apparel, and Hergot Real Estate.
All right, buddy. Well done on third place, and good luck the rest of the season, mate.
Thank you.
There we go, Tyler Shell, ladies and gentlemen, home in position number 3, and of course that will wrap up the post-race coverage. Alex Bergeron, James Edens, and Tyler Shell go 1, 2, and 3 here at the Kokomo Speedway. Again, as you heard, Tyler just mentioned just then, unfortunately, this is our last race, just for the simple fact that Matt Bailey, who had covered the last couple of weeks or the last month or so of racing, he's gotten a real-world job, which has taken him away from this sort of stuff, and we are just left without the manpower to cover what would be the next month or so, as I'm traveling away for the next 3 weeks on a Friday. which happens to be, at this time, I'd be sitting at a hotel room. So unfortunately, we just do not have the manpower to cover it. So I basically said to Josh and the team here at Apex, it's best if they shop around for the rest of the season. And then, of course, season number 5, we'll revisit again for their next season. Big thank you to all the guys here at Apex for allowing us over the past 4 and a bit seasons, or 4 and a bit seasons, to do what we love to do here on UltimateDirtTV, and let's bring you the best of the best sim races around the world, whether they're from Australia, New Zealand, Canada, America, it doesn't matter. Yeah, Josh, that's right, mate. We are not done yet by a long shot. And catch all the action next week. Keep an eye on... Josh, where can they find? Where's this going to be broadcasted next week? We'll leave it open for just a little bit longer. You can tell everybody on where they can catch the action next week. I'm sure it'll be posted all over the iRacing group pages or in the Apex Discord. And if you know the drivers that are racing in this event, just send them a message. Say, hey, do you happen to know where the broadcast is? Because I'd love to tune in over the next couple of weeks and just continue on watching this great series. Again, a big thank you to, of course, Fusion Graphics, B&B Dirt Racing Simulators, Marzolf Inc., and of course Apex Auto Glass and Tinting for their support, not only with this series but allowing us here at UltimateDirtTV to cover these action. We've been covering the 410s for 4 seasons now, and of course we covered the 360s for a number of seasons as well on a Wednesday night. There you go. Warn on Facebook, YouTube, and Twitch. They'll post it on the Firm Motorsports Facebook page. So make sure you check out the Firm Motorsports on Facebook. Give them a like and a follow. And again, keep up to date with the people that put on these wonderful events. And until next time, on behalf of the team here at UltimateDirtTV and the management behind the scenes, we say thank you and good night. God bless.